Hello, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. Thank you very much for being a member of the Time Traveler program. This is your bonus reading for the week of December 7th, 2025. We are diving into the Akashic records to see what message it has for you. Keep in mind that this is a collective general reading, not individualized nor personalized to you. Messages may come through today that do not fully resonate, and if that happens, it's okay. It just means it's meant for someone else. So take what fits, how it fits, leave what doesn't. Be sure to check out your other placements. And if my voice sounds a bit scratchy, it's because it is. I have a cold and I'm trying to recover, and I have some tea here. But yeah, so if it's scratchy, I apologize ahead of time. With all of that said, let's begin. Tapping into the Aquarius collective now for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What is the message for Aquarius from the Akashic record? Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. You have solitude. Spending time alone is often what we need to hear the whispers of our soul. Get to know all aspects of yourself so you can stand on your own in any situation. And there is an owl here depicted in this photo, and behind it almost looks like a tower. So let's see what this is all about. At the bottom of the deck, you have study. A new endeavor is upon you, and it may require new knowledge and skills. Put the intention out to the universe, and the right teacher will soon find you. What's behind study? Listen. You're being asked to listen to your inner voice. It's been guiding you to do something or say something, and it's time to act on its wisdom. Interesting. There's a fox here. Okay. Where are we going with this message for the Aquarius collective? What do they need to know about solitude, study? You're supposed to have some quiet time now. I get the feeling that a tower has occurred. There's now a need for you here to go within and to decide what action you want to take next in that energy of the fox. Foxes are very strategic in nature. So what is the new strategy here for you in respect to how you want to move forward in this new chapter, post-tower? Tell me more about solitude here for the Aquarius collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What do they need to know about solitude? One more shuffle here. Thank you. What do they need to know? 5 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and the King of Swords. There you are, whether you are masculine or feminine. So for me, Queens and Tarot represent the energies of individuals. This is how we act in the present based upon our past experiences. For me, that is Queen energy. And then the Kings are future focused. They take action towards the future. So you're supposed to take action now, right? In a very stealth and cunning way, in a very strategic way. But first you must study. You need some alone time here to figure out what truly makes you happy. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and 9 of Wands. More strategy, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so why are you in the 5 of Cups? I do feel here that you've had a tower. Excuse me, sorry for the throat. So there is the feeling of loss or remorse or regret, sadness over a tower here that has occurred. Tell me a little bit more about the 5 of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. The 5 of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Emperor. So the Emperor is the ultimate energy of an individual who's taking very strategic, very decisive action on their own behalf, right? The Emperor embodies all of the qualities of all 4 Kings in Tarot. So post-Tower, now that you're in this 5 of Cups energy, What strategic plan do you want to create in order to build something new? Or even rebuild the tower that fell, but build it in a new way. And Page of Pentacles is a page of learning. It's a page of acquiring knowledge. And we have the study card. So there's something here about you going within and determining what truly makes you happy. And then creating a strategy on how you can pour some real pentacle resources into creating this new chapter of your life so you can take decisive action on your own behalf. Tell me about the Nine of Cups. Something here about you discovering your happiness or finding your happiness or moving towards happiness. Tell me about the Nine of Cups here for Aquarius. Tell me about the Nine of Cups here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Nine of Cups is being clarified by the Ten of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Three of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands. So again, queens exist in the present because of the experiences they have encountered in their respective suit. So I feel like presently you exist in the energy of the Queen of Wands. But in order to take action, to become the King of Wands, to take action, you need to figure out, what is long-term happiness? What does it look like? And that's where you seem to be internally conflicted. So there is some solitude here, some alone time that is required in the Aquarius collective. So they can make a very conclusive and decisive decision post-tower. This is how I will be moving forward. And how you move forward should be based on your happiness. So that tower moment was meant to shake up a foundation here in your life, to change things up. Almost, I don't want to say forcing you, but enabling you now to have the time required to go within and to do what truly makes you happy. Seven of Cups, because I think right now you are existing in the Seven of Cups. You don't know whether or not you want to rebuild that tower with that entity or move on to something else. Tell me about the Seven of Cups here, the state of confusion. Tell me more about the Seven of Cups here. One more shuffle. Thank you. Seven of Cups is clarified by Two of Cups, Two of Wands, and Temperance. Bottom of the deck, the Star. So whatever partnership this was that had the tower moment, whether it's, professional, platonic, romantic, is different for each of you. But you seem to be confused about what action to take next. You know that it's just a matter of time, probably within Sagittarius season with Temperance there, that you'll need to make a decision. But you seem to be very confused right now what decision to make. You're at the Y point. Do I rebuild this with this entity, or do I just rebuild elsewhere? Star card is your energy. The Star, the Hierophant, and the Seven of Wands. I think there is a need here. Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I really think that tower moment was intentional. I feel like it was divine intervention. This is going to force you to ask yourself, what do you truly want? There's a reason why you were insulated, kind of put in this bubble, forced into this period of solitude, so you can truly discover what is emotional contentment for you. What does that look like? What does that look like? What does that feel like? How do you envision that for yourself? Tell me about the King of Swords, because once you have that absolute clarity, then you will be able to move in a direction. As opposed to right now, you're kind of standing still when it comes to this one decision. Tell me about the King of Swords. And I noticed the Solitude has an owl. The King of Swords here has an owl as well. So that tower was meant to happen so you could gain clarity and wisdom from it. So you can really be in your power now. The King of Swords is clarified by the Three of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. Again, we see Sagittarius season and the Chariot. This moment of solitude that you're now existing in, post-tower, post-heartbreak, was for you to figure out how you are moving forward, either in Sagittarius season or post-Sagittarius season. It'll be different for all of you, but the Aquarius collective needs to move. You can't sit at that Y point for much longer. So there's some kind of decision here that needs to be made in Sagittarius season. Eight of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the Devil. So it's like, I think you'll have your clarity before you get to Capricorn season here. Like right now, you're not sure what to do. I feel like clarity is coming to you in the Ace of Swords right before we get to Capricorn season. So if you're worried about right now, like, I don't know what decision to make, I feel like just be patient with yourself. Temperance talks about patience. Be patient with yourself. Use this time to go within and discover, figure out what your happiness is. And then the clarity will come to you. Two of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Nine of Wands. I feel like this is you now making that decision from a very balanced place and being able to move forward. Can we get 3 cards on that? Two of Pentacles, Page of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. One more shuffle here. Thank you. You have the Four of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. Wow. So you will have a decision here by Capricorn season. You will absolutely have a really good idea of what happiness is to you and what direction you need to move in order to obtain it or create it. So the clarity is coming. And again, some of you, you will choose to rebuild that tower with that entity, and others of you will forge forward and look for another opportunity. The Star, the Ace of Wands, and the World card. Wow. So this was a lesson for you, Aquarius. This was a lesson for you to go within and figure out what is your happiness. Because I think you were stuck. I think you were stuck in a situation, environment, or connection that wasn't really moving, was a bit stagnant. The tower had to happen to kind of isolate you from that entity. And now you, and obviously that entity as well, but this is your reading. So more importantly, you can now decide which direction you're going in. Are you going back to fix that tower, or are you forging ahead? Yeah, this was necessary. Hangman to the Seven of Wands. So if you're watching this reading right now and you're like, I don't know what direction I'm going in. Yeah, look at that, High Priestess to Judgment. The clarity you need is coming and the answer is within you. There's no external source that'll be able to give you that answer. The answer is coming from within. As soon as you find time to study this situation and what long-term emotional contentment is for you, then you will be able, once you listen to your intuition, oh, right behind that is patience. I just said, have some patience with yourself. The answer you need is coming, and it's coming from within. Anything else Aquarius needs to know about their new direction? It's a new direction. Whether you're going back to refix it or you're moving in, in an entirely other direction, it still is new in the sense that you'll no longer be stuck at the Y point. Tell me about this Ace of Cups here. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Ace of Cups is clarified by the King of Wands. Now we can take action. Remember the Queen of Wands, all the queens exist in the present. So the kings now take action. King of Wands, Four of Cups, and the Fool. There's your new beginning, Tower. So this moment of introspection was created by the Tower, and now when you forge forward, this will be a Tower moment for you as well, because you're changing your timeline here. Whether you go back and rebuild or you go in a new direction, the new direction is here. And there's a desire to no longer want to be stuck and stagnant. So even if you go back to whomever, whatever that is, you will be doing it differently. And if you're forging forward towards an entirely new, you know, opportunity or person or job or whatever this is for you, you will be doing it differently. The Tower, Hangman, and that Seven of Wands again. That Tower was needed in order to put you in this state of contemplation. Again, you're sort of in this bubble here, being almost like forced to work through your feelings here. Eight of Pentacles to the Moon card to figure out what your true happiness is. So the Tower was a blessing to transform you and to transform the situation you were in. I don't feel like the Tower is something happening right now. I feel like the Tower already happened. Devil card. Something, you're moving in a new direction come Capricorn season, whatever that direction is. You won't be stuck and stagnant for long. We're about 2.5 weeks away from Capricorn season, 2 weeks away now. Let's get you 3 cards of advice. We have the Empress. We have the Five of Swords. And we have the World card. So your lesson here, I like this. You're coming out strong here in the Star card. That is your energy. That is your card in the Major Arcana portion of Tarot. So in terms of advice, this is really interesting because I normally don't get this with the, why am I getting this message for the Five of Swords? I'm getting open to change. The Empress is not fighting here. So this new direction that you're going in, that you're birthing or rebirthing or creating or recreating for yourself, that you're deciding, I'm moving in this direction and I'm going to nurture, you know, this new direction. I'm getting this feeling of like, I'm open to change. There's no fighting here. There's someone out here in the distance. It's like you won, but I think what you won here was like you beat the lesson, like you passed the test here. Tell me more about that. I feel like you passed the test. This, whatever it was that you have gone through, whether it was financial, emotional, physical, psychological, it was meant to teach you. I don't think you would have taken the time to figure out what your happiness really is and what direction you need to go in order to obtain it. I'm getting this feeling of like, usually I see Five of Swords as like conflict, loss, defeat, arguments, cutting words. Give me more on that Five of Swords because I feel like I'm open to change. I'm open to change. I'm not fighting. I'm very decisive now because of this heartbreak. Because in the Five of Swords, a person's holding 3 swords and 2 swords are on the ground. So I'm no longer indecisive about what it is that I want or what it is, you know, that I want to nurture for myself. Like the decision here has been made because of the heartbreak that was triggered by that Tower. Give me more on that Five of Swords. Am I receiving that message correctly? And the Five of Swords is the first decan of Aquarius. Yes, this is very much you and your power. One more shuffle here. Thank you. And Saturn rules Capricorn. The world is Saturn. It's Saturnian energy. It's a completion. It's a lesson learned. Five of Swords is clarified by Justice, the Eight of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. That is really nice energy. Bottom of the deck, Chariot, which you had here as well. So that Five of Swords is, I now know my Nine of Cups, where you were confused before, because the Eight of Cups card of movement, and when you're leaving behind the Eight Cups, you're moving towards the Nine of Cups. So you're moving towards the Nine of Cups, and there's someone there waiting, whether this is the new job, or the new lover, or the new landlord, or the new friend. You're walking towards, whether you know this entity or not, you're walking towards your 9th cup now because you definitively know what it is. Because the Tower forced you to look at what is truly important, not just for now in the present, but for the future. Chariot, the Star, and the Knight of Pentacles. I think you will be creating a plan here to move forward. Whatever this is, will be completely different in Aquarius season. Like if you're going back to rebuild this, you are rebuilding this differently. By your season, this looks different. If you're moving towards a new opportunity, it's completely different than the one you left behind. Because now at the forefront, this wound that you had is healed. Because from this moment forward, you're putting your happiness first. that is your message from the Akashic Records. Don't worry about the confusion right now, the isolation, the solitude. It's all part of your divine path. If the universe did not squeeze you, figuratively speaking, in this manner, you would have just continued existing in something that wasn't healthy for you. It either needs to be rebuilt or you need to move on from it. So the Tower was a blessing in disguise, absolutely. And I have no true ending cards here. So for most of you, and please, I always say, do not allow tarot to dictate your moves. But most of you will return back to what this is. You'll just do it differently. Most, not all, most. I say that because I have the completion card of I've learned the lesson. And I have the new beginning. But I don't have 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. I don't have all of those, the Death card, you know, that depict an ending. Let's get 3 cards for those of you who are going back to whatever that entity was. What are the first 30 days after, I was going to say Capricorn, after Aquarius returns to that entity? What do the first 30 days look like if they return to that past entity? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Returning to that past entity. The Sun, the Hermit, and the 8 of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Hangman. This is enlightenment. This is knowing your 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. So the first 30 days, getting back to work in that 8 of Pentacles, rebuilding the Tower, a lot smarter and a lot wiser now since that Tower occurred. So if you're going back, the first 30 days, looks pretty good. If you move in a new direction, first 30 days, if Aquarius moves in a new direction. One more shuffle here. Thank you. If you move in a new direction, 9 of Cups, 2 of Cups, and the 6 of Pentacles. And bottom of the deck, King of Cups. I like this because whatever you were moving towards was the Queen of Cups. Both scenarios look fantastic. I have to be honest with you. Both scenarios look great because both scenarios, and it'll be different for all of you, whatever direction you feel called upon to take, provided you are taking your 9 of Cups into serious consideration, you can't go wrong. So for some of you, that will be rebuilding with the past. And for others of you, it will be rebuilding something new in the future with someone else, at another job or another connection. And that answer is different for all of you. But provided you do the work right now in Sagittarius season and go within and figure out what your 9 of Cups is, you can't go wrong. If you don't do the introspection, then I think you definitely have the possibility here of repeating that cycle and having another Tower moment, because that's typically how lessons occur for us. They will keep repeating until we figure out why does this keep happening to me? And in this moment, the Akashic Records are saying this was meant to happen so you would figure out true happiness and then move in the direction of that, whatever that is for you. That is what I have for you, Aquarius. That is your message from the Akashic Records at this time. If you like that message, it resonates with you, you want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you can. Remember to check out your other placements. And until I read for you again, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.